So my name is Lizzie Devito, and I'm the Vice President of Business Development for Axad Capital. Yeah, so after a 2-year hiatus selling a previous company, we launched Axad Capital as sort of an incubator for our employees to be able to create their own vision. We're able to produce and create our own brands. We own over 100 different owned and operated brands, from home services, insurance, final expense, personal loan, and we really create an environment where we're not just having our employees show up for our own agenda, but we are able to create projects that are based on what each individual employee has a passion for and are able to provide them with the company support in order to create their vision. So our primary focus is pay-per-call. We also run CPL, we have email, and we own and operate our digital products. We can be your marketing in a box. Everything from coming up with your strategy all the way through to media buying and then executing a project. We have an in-house team where we are able to design and develop our own products. And we also have a large back end that can manage the technology behind being able to drive revenue to your offers or traffic. So what's really interesting about our company specifically is we're really focused on using the latest technology in order to optimize and use AI to provide the best quality experience. Our business focuses on optimization first. So instead of just going after the next best thing, we really focus on looking at what we have, really working with our partners and trying to figure out what the best way to optimize their own business is going to be. No, this is my second LinkUnite. I showed up, I knew 3 people, and I left knowing at least 50 closely that I still keep in touch with. Some of the girls here are in different spaces, and I don't actually do work with them just because we do slightly different things. But the support network that I've gotten from these women, even if we don't directly work together, has been priceless. It's really been a life-changing experience. I think my favorite part so far has been the consistency of everything. From the moment we show up to the moment when we leave, everybody is here for one another. There's no egos here. Nobody's selfish. We all work hard and we all want, similar things. It's not about competing with somebody. Lots of people, are direct competitors within their space, but they hang out like they're best friends and there is no competition here. It's really about us being a tribe and being together and being able to support each other in any way possible in an industry where a lot of people aren't as supportive, in an industry where people aren't always that supportive, and in an industry that's generally dominated by men. It was really nice to be able to have something else that we can kind of all call our own, not just while we're here, but to build that kind of support system and those relationships here, and those things stay with us throughout the whole year. Most of us work remote, different states, different countries. We see each other a few times a year at other conferences. Lots of them are pretty busy and packed with different meetings. So to be able to have time to actually build those relationships when you're not just running around, it has been more powerful because we were able to form a stronger bond, and it's easier to call somebody here if you're looking for something and kind of know that they're going to point you in the right space. Like in most places, you can't always trust everyone you meet. In fact, you probably shouldn't in this space. You really can trust the people that are here at this event. You can trust what they're saying, that they're knowledgeable, that they're giving you honest opinions. They're not trying to lead you in a direction, for their own agenda. And I think being able to be in a space where everybody's not just here to try to get things for themselves. It's not about what can you do for me, but this is a space where everyone's showing up and saying, what can I offer to you? And when everybody does that collectively, it's really a beautiful thing. I have picked up a lot of skills. I can honestly admit I knew less than nothing. In fact, I had a lot of things I thought I knew, but I didn't really know at all. So to know absolutely nothing about the space and then to be at a position where I am now, I've learned so much. I'd say one of the biggest skills that I've learned from being in the space is staying focused. It's really easy to see something and want to go after it. This is really a space with unlimited possibilities. So trying to stay focused and understanding that even though everything is an opportunity, it maybe isn't the one that you want to go for, and really looking at what you have, what you're good at, what are people actually passionate about, and then trying to build something around what's really working, staying focused on, sort of what you have and just improving it instead of jumping to something else because it looks shiny and somebody else is doing it. That's been really important. And then also, I think one of the biggest things was just understanding the importance of relationships and how powerful that can be in business. I come from New York City, and in New York City, most industries are relationship-based, but I never really understood how powerful a relationship could then apply to business. Sometimes you think your biggest business opportunity is to go for the biggest partner or the biggest company or something that, or the best branding or something like that, but the most profitable choices or the most profitable opportunities that I've had have been the relationships with people, and having the right relationships with the right people, being able to be honest and open with them, and really learn from the other peers in our industry. 80% of your waking existence is staring at a screen. It's really important to, even when you're on phone calls or doing video calls, there's really nothing like being in person with somebody. Not just hearing them, but just being in the same room as them. You get to know them. And like I was saying about relationships, you can't really form it's way more difficult to form a relationship over a digital space than it is spending 5 minutes having a real conversation with someone. So when you're able to have an experience like this with people who understand what you're talking about, that are interested in the same things, that can give you real feedback or advice, that's really empowering. And aside from it being good for business, it's also really good for yourself to be able to share your thoughts and get feedback or be encouraged or find a solution or a new partner or an introduction that you didn't have before. There's nothing more powerful, I think, than that. And you only get that from going to these type of in-person events. A lot of times they're a little bit too big, and it's quality over quantity. So specifically in a space like this, being able to have all of that quality to then take with you for your own business, but then also for yourself as an individual, especially for other women in this space, is huge. Giving people not just the encouragement and the support of like, you can do it, but also being a role model to say, we did it, you can do it, we're all the same, what do you need? How can I help you? That's really powerful. Advice, don't believe everything that you hear in this space. Everybody always is going to have the best, and everything's perfect, and they're going to give you the world, but just because somebody is telling you that they have something, it's really important that you understand your business and you're able to do your due diligence and really see what's beneath the surface. Somebody could say everything's perfect and, create this big project and be out of business the following year. If you take the time to understand your business or understand the environment, then the people that you're working with, you can figure, it's not impossible to figure these things out. So really take your time to do your due diligence, understand compliance, understand the space. Don't just jump into something without really understanding what it is that you're jumping into. There's a lot of opportunity and a lot of different moving pieces. It's not always easy to understand everything that's going on, but if you don't understand everything, then don't do everything. Stick to what you know, or figure it out before you dive headfirst into it.